Jill Fleming, owner of Smart Organizing Solutions. Welcome on the Business Brief.
Thanks, Ryan, for having me. I appreciate it. Good to see
Jill,
you.
it's exciting to have you. Jill, you started the business back in 2013, helping people organize space in their homes or offices with the fast pace of life these days and how quickly things accumulate at home and in the office. I can only imagine just how many people could actually benefit from getting help, getting organized and staying organized. Tell us a little bit about why you got started in this business and how's demand these days?
Well, Ryan, I've always been an organized person, and I spent 27 years in the corporate world doing marketing and creative. And when I decided to leave it, I was like, what am I going to do when I grow up? And I've always loved organizing for myself. I wasn't sure if I would enjoy doing it with other people. So I practiced on some friends and family and discovered I really loved helping people declutter and create calm, relaxing spaces that they can enjoy. And for me, the best reason to get organized is so that you can enjoy the time of your day to go and do things that you love doing instead of like worrying about your house. And let's face it, most of us have too much stuff, and it's very satisfying to make an impact in someone's daily life and their daily routine, and take a space that they just couldn't stand being in, to something that they love showing off to friends and family. So it's a really good feeling. I'm really happy to make an impact in people's lives that's, so positive.
I love about, this economy is that, if you find something you love to do and people need that service, you can actually start a business for yourself. And I think, what you're doing and helping people and impacting their lives, as you said, Jill, is really inspiring to see a small businesswoman like yourself taking something you love to do and helping make a difference in people's lives. I can only imagine, as I said at the outset, there are a lot of people increasingly in need of a little bit of help organizing their lives, at least at home and particularly these days in the office. We're going to get back to that in just a second. Now, you describe yourself professionally as an organizer, but what I find very interesting is that you don't just help people declutter and organize, but you teach your residential and office clients to create systems that work for them. Tell us more.
Yes. So most people think that, organizing is about, purging everything, getting it out of the house, and then tidying it up and you're done. And people call a professional organizer for many different reasons. Yes, I have chronically disorganized clients, but really most of my clients are going through some kind of life transition. They're getting married. So all of a sudden they're combining two households of stuff and they've got to figure out how to keep it together. Or, a child is going off to college and mom now finally gets to have, the craft room she's always wanted, or dad gets the gym that he's always wanted. They're having a baby. And so it's helping people reimagine their spaces to use them the way they want to use them. And it's really about teaching them good habits, being a conscientious shopper. Why did you buy this? Why do you want this? Why do you need this? Why are you keeping it? I really need my clients, their input, because it's not a one size fits all. No person thinks like everybody else. We all have our own quirks in the way we like to do things. And so I need my clients there with me. They're invested in the process because I want them to be able to maintain that newly organized space once I've left the house. It's really important to me that it works for them. There's lots of different ways to set up a home filing system. What works for one person might not work for another. Some people are pilers, some people are filers. So you've got to figure out, like, if a client is like, if I put it away, I'm going to completely forget about it. Well, then we need to figure out a way to make the pile system work so that it doesn't look like there's just stuff scattered everywhere. And it's helping people create those new habits to maintain the space. And it takes, 30 to 60 days to make a habit feel like it's natural. People ask me all the time, well, how much time do you spend organizing your own home? And the answer is 0 minutes. And it's really because my husband and I are in a habit of, instead of putting something down, we put it away. And that's a system that works for us. And it's teaching people, how to be a conscientious shopper. Be mindful of what you bring into your home. Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it. And make them really think about the way they live and what they truly need to be happy. And
Right.
I think we have found that we can actually be happier with a lot less, because for most of us, our stuff stresses us out.
That's for sure. I love, those are some great tips, by the way, for folks who listen to this segment. I hope they take at least one or two or three great pieces of advice. I heard a lot in there I need to be a little more conscientious about. Now, demand for home and office organization services could seemingly expand as more people opt to work from home. So home is home, but home is increasingly also the office these days. There are estimates that there are thousands of people who are facing challenges with just staying organized because of this. What's your take on your view, rather, Jill, on how this will affect the need for organizing services like yours?
Really, probably the biggest uptick in my business, Ryan, has been in helping people set up their home offices. In the last 2 years with COVID, for a while there, it was mandatory to work from home. But a lot of companies are allowing their employees to continue that. And it's important for people to realize that just because your office is at home doesn't mean you should work 24/7. So it's not just about helping people create that physical space for a home office. It's also creating that mental, emotional habit of, just like if you had to go to the office, you leave home, you drive, hopefully you take a lunch, you leave at the end of the day. So in setting up a home office at home, you have to kind of get into those same habits. It's drop what you're doing, go into the office. If you're lucky enough to have an actual dedicated room that can be in home office, that's fantastic, because you can shut the door at the end of the day and say goodbye to work and hello to your family. It creates that actual physical barrier that lets you and your family know, okay, I'm in work mode now. If you have a smaller space, say your dining room table has to suffice as your home office. It's not ideal, especially if you have other people at home. But then it's setting up that system to make that home office portable, so that at the end of the day, you can easily gather everything up and put it away, so that you do get some separation between home and work. It's really about, what kinds of thinking about the things that you need, steady Wi-Fi, reliable Wi-Fi, office supplies. People get all excited, oh, I get to go buy office supplies, and they go crazy. And it's like, you can probably get by with a lot less than you think, because when you think about having to move it around, if you have to make your home office portable, you want to be smart about the decisions that you're making of what you bring into that, home office.
Mm-hmm. Well, and clearly, I'm thinking that with this trend only continuing to pick up, that is more people working from home, even if they're remote, or hybrid, if you will, working from the office, in the office, if you will, so to speak, part of the week, and from the home office, the other part of the week. There's going to be, I think, increasing needs for those of us who do that. By the way, I'm an entrepreneur and a business owner myself. I totally get that, for the help in being aware of how we organize ourselves, both at home and in the office at home as well. So Jill Fleming with Smart Organizing Solutions, thanks for coming on the Business Brief.
Thanks so much for having me, Ryan. I hope you have a great rest of the day.